Have you ever wondered how you can unlock new opportunities and knowledge that can truly change your journey as an African immigrant? Then, you're in the right place. Welcome to the AIM Expert series, where we bring you insightful sessions, packed with practical strategies from top experts on topics that matter most to you. So, if you're looking to grow your career or understand the US system, then grab a chair and don't go anywhere. Now, let's get started on today's session.
I'll share my screen. And as I share my screen, I'm also putting my own disclaimer. My own disclaimer is no apologies about this accent. No apologies about this accent. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you can hear me well. I'm going to present a topic, building career consciousness and confidence for immigrant professionals, with a subtopic from struggle to strength, building career awareness and overcoming barriers. Just a little about myself. My name is Winfred or Winnie Iga Lualanda, workforce and career strategy coach. I'm the founder of Zeal Career Avenue, which I just started 1 year ago. And my role as workforce development specialist and career strategy coach is at the intersection of workforce development and career coaching. And yes, there's a difference. In workforce development, we focus on building skills and preparing people for the job market. So it's more of the labor market information and the general job market. It's the macro view. And in career coaching, it's about strategic navigation individually, helping you as a person individually to leverage yourself, and how to move forward intentionally in your professional journey. My passion is basically working with immigrant professionals because I understand the unique challenge we face. We have credentials, we have experience, but we're navigating a system with different rules, with different expectations, with different cultural nuances, different from where we came. So today I'll highlight two critical concepts: career consciousness and career confidence. Most of us immigrant professionals have some confidence in our skills, but without the necessary consciousness of how things work here, and that confidence doesn't translate into the results we deserve. So my goal today is to help us develop better career consciousness and clarity in our professional journey, to build confidence, to pursue opportunities with boldness, to navigate workplace challenges as immigrant professionals, and to leverage our unique background as strength. I like these topics because the way I live my life, my professional life, is to guide early to mid career changes on how to think and speak differently about their value and potential. So buckle up and we shall take the ride in the next 40 minutes or so. Have you ever thought, even by show of hands, sorry, I don't see the chat, maybe Namdi, you can help me. By show of hands, have you ever thought, or have you ever felt like you just sleepwalking through your career? You're working hard, but you're not being seen. You feel you're capable, but somehow invisible. Ever had that kind of feeling? Anybody? In case? Let's think about it. Because I come from the angle of helping us think, you'll see a lot of let's think about it kind of approach. So let's think about it. Most of us spend more time planning our vacation than planning our career path. Yet 70% of professionals report feeling disengaged at work. What if I told you that clarity about your direction is the single best predictor of career satisfaction and success? Hold on. Let me see about my screen. What if I told you that that career clarity about your direction is the single best predictor of career satisfaction and success. Think about it. Think about it. Are you building a career or are you just collecting jobs? Think about it. What if being an immigrant isn't your career obstacle, but your competitive advantage? Think about it. 5 years from now, will you look back and realize you spent your career apologizing for your background, apologizing for your uniqueness instead of capitalizing on it? Think about it. That's the background of the things that I want us to think about as we go through this interaction. The challenges immigrants face affect our career progression. This, no matter where you come from, transitions in all life aspects affect us. I'm originally from Uganda. You come from some country, but that transition affects us completely. We have to deal with distance from family, from friends, from our own traditions that we know, our beliefs, our values. So this transition tends to breed insecurity. At times it makes us feel like we are unaccepted in the new environments that we've come to, and we need a need to belong. And then we have to deal with the phases of adapting the new culture. All these things take time and they affect our career progression. So that's why I want us to think about career consciousness. Why must we build it? What is it? Let's see. Just bear with me. Career consciousness, as the word stands, is about awareness and having an understanding of your career goals, your values, your strengths, your opportunities. It's about having an awareness and an understanding of where you are on your career journey and where you want to go. Career consciousness is also about the intentional choices made to get to the destination of your career journey. So consciousness, being aware and having an understanding of your career goals, your values, your strengths, because you are the product that is being sold to the labor market. So we need to know, what are you selling as the product? Career consciousness has, I want to highlight 4 features that are very important if we are going to develop career consciousness. It's about being visionary, seeing the bigger picture of where you are and where you want to go. Career consciousness is about having a long-term goal. It's long-term. Having a long-term mindset, you shift from survival mindset to a strategic mindset. A mindset that thinks ahead. Career consciousness is about deliberate awareness. Who are you? What are you about? Where do you want to go or to get your career, how will you get there? And when do you intend to get there anyway? The who, the what, the where, the how, and when of your career is the component awareness. Career consciousness is also about ownership, owning your career narrative, not giving it to anybody. That's why I made that slide that there are no apologies. I don't apologize for my accent. I don't apologize for who I am. I have total ownership. So it's about having ownership of your career journey, your career vision, and who you want to be. So the more career conscious you are, the more confident you will become. Career consciousness builds confidence. Knowing what we know, that career consciousness is about being visionary. It's about being long-term. It's about who you are as a person. I ask us, what happened to our confidence? Why must we rebuild it for career success? Let that sink in for a minute. What happened to your confidence as someone who is pursuing a career? Confidence isn't about just feeling ready. It's about acting despite not feeling ready for the journey. Career consciousness, knowing where you want to go, knowing who you are, knowing what you're about. In other words, knowing yourself as the product on the labor market makes us ready. It prepares us for action, no matter how small an action you may want to take. Career consciousness helps us develop the mindset of making intentional career decisions. The more intentional you are, the more strategic, the more focused, and the more on course you stay. What happened to our confidence? All those things that we talked about earlier that affect us, the transitions, the adapting to the culture, all those things affect our confidence. So once we, quote unquote, settle in for a bit, we have to be willing to rebuild our confidence so that we can forge forward to making the right career decisions. Career consciousness is about your awareness and your understanding how the professional world around you actually operates. The unwritten rules in the labor market. What does the labor market value? And how you, as a person, are perceived on the labor market. That's very important. So we talked about career consciousness having the ownership. And here we're also talking about career consciousness being the other side of the coin, how you are perceived as the product. So it's very important that you take hold of the narrative, the perception that you want the world to know about you regarding your career. So the one side is yourself, the other side is the recipient, the person who is perceiving you. Your awareness and understanding of the professional world around you and how it actually operates and the unwritten rules. We said career consciousness helps us develop confidence. Career confidence is your ability to act on that awareness. Confidence is the ability to act on the awareness. So what you know, the consciousness that you have regarding the outside world and yourself gives you the ability to act on that awareness. So this involves things like advocating for yourself, negotiating your worth, because you know who you are and what you deserve, and making the strategic moves to get to the destination, your career destination, because going back to the features, you have a long-term vision, you are visionary, you are being strategic, and you're taking ownership. There is no way you can grow your career without these components, because you are the product, you are in the driver's seat. I like taking this 5-year career vision exercise. 5 years is not a long time. Think about it. Just 5 years ago, we were in lockdown, in COVID. So if you had birthed an idea about something 5 years ago, maybe something would have come of it. So using the 5-year bracket or measuring stick, let's think about it. Let's project a 5-year career vision exercise. Where do you want to be professionally in 5 years? No matter your career level, whether you're early, mid, or late, like me, career consciousness is important irrespective of your career level. So personalize this exercise. Where do you want to be professionally in 5 years? Not just title and salary, but impact and fulfillment. What skills will you need to get to your career destination 5 years from now? What experiences? What network connections? 5 years from now, what is your decision-making criteria? What decisions are you making to get there? The decisions that you're making, do they align with your 5-year vision? If the 5-year vision is the yardstick, the decisions that you're making now, are they aligning with your 5-year vision? Have you thought through how you'll make the trip? So career consciousness requires you to think long term. It requires you to see yourself in a specific way. You have to be able to see yourself in that role or at that career destination in order to start thinking like this. That's why the first question is, what do you want to be professionally in 5 years? Not just title, not just salary, because life is much more than title and salary, but impact and fulfillment. Think about it. I want to give you what I call some Zeal career truths to think about. These are truths that I have applied over my almost 30-year decade, 30 years of professional traveling. Every career choice should be evaluated through the lens of, does it move me closer to my 5-year vision? If you're going to be career conscious, you have to have a reason why you take that next job. You have to have a reason why you're conducting yourself the way you're conducting at your place of work. So every career choice should be evaluated through the lens of, does it move me closer to my 5-year vision? I say my, because many times when we come as immigrants, we don't think about ourselves. We're thinking about the employer, we're thinking about the families we have to support and everything else. And we forget that we are the actual assets. Zeal career truth number 2. For any opportunity, ask, what skills am I developing from this job? Because if you move from driving for Lyft and then you just switch to driving to Uber, are there any skills you're developing there? So whatever career decisions you make, if you're going to be career conscious, it has to be moving you a little closer to your 5-year vision. So for any opportunity that you accept, ask, what skills are being developed? How is it expanding my network? Network is very important. That's why it's very important to think about things like being part of AIM Collective. This is our tribe. This is our belonging. For any opportunity, ask yourself, how is my network being expanded? How is my visibility increasing? Because if career is about progression, for every opportunity, there's got to be some form of progress. And you can't progress unless there's an element of visibility. What reputation are you building in that opportunity? At times, Zeal career truth number 3, at times a lower paying role is the right strategic choice if it positions you better for the long term. So in order to stay career conscious, you have to be thinking about that destination, that vision, that long-term thing. So at times it even means taking a demotion, taking a lower pay, as long as it's strategic, pointing you to where you want to go. If you are going to be career conscious and stay confident, you need to be seeing every career move you make as a portfolio of experiences, of skills, and relationships that you are building continually. My role is to guide you on how to think and speak differently about your value. So think about it. I'm talking about us immigrants, are more competent than we feel confident. We are more competent than we feel confident. That gap is normal for immigrants. That it's normal. It's normal for me to feel competent because I know we come from a world of working too hard, but then when we come here, it feels like all the years of building on our expertise was for naught. So that gap is normal for us immigrants. We are operating in our second language. We are operating in a second culture. We are operating in a new environment. I have never shied away. In the 20 years that I've worked in America, I've always been very vocal about explaining to people in my work area that I think in my original language. So they need to give me time to process my thoughts. I need time to process my thoughts. Because when you tell me something in English, for some reason, I have to first translate it in Luganda to kind of get an understanding. So you people tell me, my fellow people, do you think in your traditional language or do you think in English? I don't know. I leave that to you out there. We operate in our second language. We operate in a second culture. This is a new environment. So there is nothing wrong with feeling that like you are less than, because we are trying to fit our originality. And our originality is our genius. So our competence is real. The lack of confidence is just the unfamiliarity with the new environment. We are trying to figure out how to bring our originality into this new environment. So the mind nugget I want you to get is we're professionals adapting to a new system. So what we have to do is to be proactive learners of the system. We have to learn the system continually and see how it fits into our originality. May we never forget our genius is our originality. That's what makes us different. And we can't tread it. Can anyone share how they've built confidence on their career journey? Anyone? A minute or two to tell us how you've built your confidence on your career journey. The floor is open for a minute or two. Sorry, I'm making the assumption that you all are confident in one way or another. Anyone wants to share?
And you
Or
can
am I
use the
assuming
chat as
too
well.
much?
If they want to chat too, you can drop it in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. This is Millie.
Hello, Millie.
Hi, Millie.
How I build confidence. I have struggled with confidence at work a lot of times. And until I started to talk to different people at work and looking for help, reaching out to you, Winnie, and assuring me that I am confident in what I do. That's how I've continued to build confidence, both at work and in my daily life. Speaking to different people has helped me a lot. I'm qualified, but when you go into these workplaces, you're made to feel like you're not good enough. So that kind of shatters you when you ask a question that anyone else would ask. It feels like you are stupid at some point. But when somebody else asks the same question, then it's okay. So I've learned to kind of shadow that in my mind. I'm like, I asked the same question, and if somebody else is rephrasing it and asking it, then it means it's a valid question. Um, I'm not I'm not stupid or I'm not dumb or anyone would ask that question. So that's how I'm kind of building confidence. It's a process. It's continuation. It does not stop. It's a daily thing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing, Millie. Anyone else wants to share?
We have some in the chat.
Okay.
So when Jury says emphasizing my credentials, that's one way she's built confidence at the place of work. Doreen says being intentional and preparation has helped me build confidence. And then we have Sukna 4 from Italy, with Senegalese roots. I built confidence through my career journey by stepping out of my comfort zone and taking on new experiences, even when I felt unsure. Moving from Italy to the US to pursue my master's degree in human resource management helped me grow personally and professionally through my graduate assistants and research assistant roles. I developed communication, compliance, and organizational skills that help my sense of capability. I also learned to adapt to different environments, overcome language barriers, and manage responsibilities independently. Now things are disappearing. Okay. Each challenge taught me resilience and self-trust, which has shaped my confidence as I continue to build my HR career.
Thank you, my tribe, for sharing. Thank you, people. Those things are real. Those things are real. But let us note this. Our lack of confidence is just unfamiliarity. It's just someone trying to define us their way. That's why it's very important to hold your ground on who you are and what you bring to the table. Because no one is going to take that away from you. No one has lived your experience. No one has lived your knowledge. You have to be able to defend that. So building confidence, just like Millie said, is a process that we do every day. Build confidence. Take note of every small win at the workplace, at home, there's nothing small. Every small win matters. Every successful interaction matters. Every problem solved adds to your confidence bank. Document those wins at work. Keep a success journal. You will need these reminders, especially if you are still at that point of performance reviews. You will need these things. Don't forget, your originality is your genius, and you have to prove it to them. Let's talk about navigating workplace challenges. Workplaces have a culture. And it's your job, my job, to understand and navigate this culture while staying true to ourselves. Do you know the culture of your workplace? It's your job to understand and navigate this without losing your originality. How do we do this? You read your workplace culture. Watch how decisions really get made. Who is the decision maker on your team? Who does the boss ask for advice? Where do they go? Who gets invited to important meetings? Do your research. Do your research. Observe communication patterns. Are emails casual or are they formal? How do people disagree respectfully? Study your work environment. Build alliances. Find your allies early. Find your allies early on the team. If there are other immigrants, try to find out who they are. People who appreciate a different thought pattern. People who want to mentor. Try, figure out a way to build alliances because they are important. I often hear people say, my experience doesn't count here. That's false. Your experience has shaped how you think. Your experience has shaped how you solve problems and approach challenges. So it matters. So the key is learning how to articulate your skills in the language your new market demands. Address biases professionally, like Millie was trying to raise. Address those biases professionally. Don't be afraid to ask. If the manager says I didn't understand or you don't, ask them, how do you suggest I should approach this? If they say I don't understand your accent, you can also ask, can you please speak slowly so that I can understand what you're telling me? Don't shy away. Leverage your unique background as a strength. Your originality is your genius. Stop apologizing for being different. There's nothing wrong with Winnie. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop apologizing for being different. Start capitalizing on it. Move from devaluing to valuing your uniqueness. Instead of saying, I'm an immigrant, heck no. Say, because I bring my international experience, position yourself differently. I was known, oh God, I always told people, this is the best thing that's going to happen to you. So you had better, I bring this kind of different approach. So find a way to position yourself differently amidst the challenges. So see challenges as ways to project your capabilities. See struggles as strengths. Don't shy away from these things. Position your uniqueness. When it comes to networking, I bring a unique perspective on this. Not I'm looking for opportunities because I'm new here. No. I am the advantage. If you don't engage me, it's your loss. That's the attitude we're carrying. Communication, focus on clarity and confidence. Your accent is not a problem. Navigate multiple cultures daily. That's what we do. So see yourself as valuable. We come from improvising cultures. So find a way of using that art of improvising as a value. We are adaptable because of that. Stop apologizing for being different. So think about it. Consider the cost of being career unconscious. Before you worry about being misunderstood, before you worry about anything else, consider the cost of being career unconscious. How much does it cost not having time with family if you work 28 hours out of a 24-hour day? How much is the cost of not having time with family? How much does it cost not having a regular schedule to plan your life outside work better? People call it work-life balance. I call it life-work balance. Because unless you have life, you can't work. How much does it cost not knowing how to align your actual value with the available opportunities? Those are the things that you should be thinking about. What is the cost of not trying? What is the cost of not being career conscious? What's the cost of not knowing how to align your very unique genius with the available opportunities in this country? So, my friends, your background is a relevant toolkit to help you integrate into this market. So the question isn't whether you can succeed here in America. The question is, how quickly will you realize your unique value, your genius, your originality, and start leveraging it boldly? There's just one of you. I always told my team, I'm the only Ugandan you're going to possibly talk about or meet today. Meaning everybody else is American, but I have the originality of being this other person. So the question isn't whether you can succeed here. The question is, how quickly will you realize your unique value and start leveraging it boldly? Companies own the job. You own your career. Companies own the job. You own your career. So shift your mindset. Think long-term. Think progress or action. Every little progress, no matter how small, as long as you have your career vision, as long as you're thinking long-term, as long as you're being intentional in your choices, you can get to your career journey. Progress over perfection. I guide early to mid-career changers how to think and speak differently about their value and potential. And I hope you've gotten some nuggets to help you think differently about your uniqueness, about your genius as really being original, and the very thing that the American workforce is looking for. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Questions?
That was incredible. Questions, please. Yeah, there's plenty of hats and things flying around. I love it. Any questions? We'll take a couple of questions for Winnie before we take our announcements.
Hello.
Hello, Success. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
thank you. Yeah, I joined this thing. I have a program in church, so I'm very sorry. I just joined now. But notwithstanding, who can we contact for the more information as far this program is concerned? Because the reason that me, I have an NGO. And I think what we do you have to do with our speaker is talking about as far as the immigrant, what you need to do, how you can settle down quickly and know the right thing and from right, especially the government agencies that can be of help. Even people that want to do the business, some people they don't know that they can get a grant. Some people don't know they can register by this by themselves and all those stuff. So sorry to take your time. I wouldn't mind if I can know much about this. Are you now an organization or whatsoever? Are we contacting the speaker or are we contacting you? So that is if you can get a, I can get more information so I can call the person later so we sit down and talk how we can help our communities. Thank you.
No worries. Yes, you can reach out to me. Let's talk more about what your organization does. And we can also I can connect to Winnie as well if we need to connect as well. But one thing I put links on the chat. Definitely join the community on Circle. And if you're on our WhatsApp as well, you can directly reach out. I send the broadcast. And so just send me a message so we can continue the conversation. Um, let's talk through what your organization does and
Where is it?
if you can see the chat,
You say you send the link?
can you see the
I
chats?
couldn't say. Oh, the chat. Okay. Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah, if you can
Oh
see the
my
chat,
God. Okay,
or if
chat.
you use the first one I posted as
Oh,
well.
yeah. I saw the link now.
Okay, so you see the first one that
Okay.
says join Im Collective. If you go ahead and join that, you can send me a DM directly, or if you're in the WhatsApp group as well, you can also send me a message directly. You'll see all the messages that we send. Um, so that'll be a good way so we can spend some time talking and we can figure out where the alignment is. I feel like you do some things that that align with what we do, so it'll be good to collaborate.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for joining, sir.
Absolutely.
Anybody else have a question?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. All right, Wanjiru, go ahead, madam.
I always have something to say. Anyway, yeah, Winnie, I just appreciate you sharing that we should be coming into spaces as what we can contribute. Um, that really resonated with me. Like we're walking into spaces as immigrants, right? We're immigrants, we have an experience, we have our uniqueness that we can contribute to a conversation or to a meeting or to the workplace. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that really resonated with me because a lot of times we walk in, as you had mentioned, what is our deficit, right? Yeah. Whether it's thinking in a different language or what have you, however, turning it around, we're actually contributing to this conversation, and you should be, they should be, not grateful, I don't know what the word is, but uh, almost like a privilege to have somebody like us in that space to be able to contribute. Yeah. So I appreciate you turning that around. Thanks.
Yeah, and I so agree with that. When you were asking about just how you built or confidence or demonstrated confidence, uh, being in tech, I think from the perceptions we had, especially from all the movies we used to see growing up, you'd see them computer engineers and programmers hacking into this and doing and so the perception coming to the US was everybody like we were this inferior breed of computer engineers or computer programmers, and every person in computer science here was a genius and all of that. And so there was that inferiority complex in a sense coming in. So it was like it's a privilege to come and be part of these guys and and learn from them, which I mean there's a lot of value and skill to be learned. But then you go in and you start realizing I think I'm holding my own in these conversations. And I think that's where, like you said, putting yourself out and just realizing that Hollywood is the script. Literally, I feel like that was the biggest thing for was realizing I can actually hold my own. Everything you guys can do, I can do. I'm doing well in the classes, and once I figured out the game around doing well in class, then I was doing my master's degree. Um, I started, ranking with the top of the class, and hanging with the best of them. All of the interviews we were doing, I was like the only thing that was holding me back then when I was leaving that I literally was the preferred candidate for most of the, you know how like GE will come and do these rotation programs and all. If not for my status as an immigrant, like my F1 that just messed things up for me, I was literally the best in every of those interviews that we went for. So there was that transformation for me that came out like, okay, you all are not there's there's nothing special going on here. I am as qualified and as intelligent as everybody else. And that was liberating for me. Because by the time I got to corporate, they were not ready. By the time I got into work, they were not ready for Nnamdi. I came with the heat. I came with my full chest, 10 toes down, like, hey, I've seen it. There's nothing special going on here. I respect the, system and really smart people I met, but it doesn't disqualify, the expertise and experience I have as well. So that was definitely a turning point for myself. And um it's your experience matters. So thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Experience matters a lot. And one way of also gaining some visibility is asking questions.
Yeah.
When you ask questions, people start to pay attention.
Yeah.
You put them on their game too, because sometimes they'll assume that because of the second language concept, you don't really understand. Give yourself permission to ask questions and ask intelligent questions, not just any question. When you go for those meetings, don't just keep quiet.
Yeah.
I kept quiet in meetings for the longest time until I realized that that was to my disadvantage.
Yeah.
So ask those questions. When you ask questions, you'll realize that, can I tell you about the phrase that I normally use? Or will you? I tell them that my gray matter is not as dark as my skin. This gray matter is all there. So ask questions. Ask intelligent questions. Ask thought-provoking questions. That will give you a level of visibility that it gives you a sense of belonging. And it also puts them on their feet to realize that, oh, what is so-and-so going to ask?
Yeah. Wow, that part, we can go on and on about this. We can go like there's so much more to this conversation. I did a YouTube on the weekly Thriving Beyond Borders series that I do on LinkedIn and this was around a similar topic, talking about career planning and some of these things. So I'm really excited about this conversation. I feel like it's the season. We'll continue this conversation. Please join Circle, everyone who hasn't joined. If you are not in Circle, we can continue the conversation in there. I'd love to hear more about everyone's experiences, and Winnie will be in there as well. Winnie, how can they find you if anyone wants to connect with you, want to share your LinkedIn so they can connect with you, but maybe tell them more about your work as well, your career coaching and your consulting.
I love connecting on LinkedIn because that's where I make the most noise. But I am self-employed. I started a career coaching practice earlier this year, so I'm about a few months old. And I can be reached preferably via my LinkedIn page, but also my phone number is 773-373. Let me put it in the chat. I'm still building my infrastructure. My website will be up very soon, but I really love working with immigrant professionals. I've walked this journey and I just want many of us to be out there as professionals because that's the only way we can Value will announce us. Let me put it that way. The more we show how much value we can bring into this labor market, the more we shall establish our positioning. So let me also drop my LinkedIn page.
Yeah. So please let's connect with Winnie and stay in touch with everything. She's also inside of Circle as well. So if you want to keep the back and forth going, it's going to be very helpful for the questions will also serve the community because a lot of people that are not on this call today would want to get involved, get into, or get in, on the action. The session is recorded, so the replay will be live inside of Circle by Tuesday. We share them every Tuesday. So again, if you want to go back and listen to everything that we've learned today, Tuesday, make sure you are paying attention. You will get an email, and also inside of Circle, it will be posted on there. Please be on the lookout as well. We might, by the end of the month, at some point, be migrating away from Circle, just because it is super expensive and we are a nonprofit. Let me put it that way. But we do have a comprehensive platform where we do all of our back office that also has a community platform. And I think it's going to be easier for us. So just be on the lookout for that announcement. I did share a link. There's a survey that I want everyone to please take 5 minutes and complete for us. Copy the link, the survey link. We are building out programming for next year, and we want to make sure that we are getting as much feedback from everyone as possible to just make sure we are properly aligned, and we want to make sure we say we're listening to the community. It's easy to assume what everyone feels, but we want to make sure that we're being intentional about making sure everyone is part of we're building this together. So please complete the survey. We'd love to get everyone's feedback. And last but not the least, before we leave, October 25th, we are having our first ever advocacy and policy conference. It's going to be a hybrid. So if you're in Atlanta, we have meeting at Georgia Tech. And if you're not in Atlanta or you're not able to come to Atlanta, there's also the opportunity to join virtually. We have a lot of good speakers lined up. We haven't done this kind of thing before, but one of the things that's important to us, and it's a core pillar for us as an organization, is being able to get involved in advocacy and really speaking up for ourselves. The policies that are made, the laws, all of these things they affect us. This year alone should get every immigrant, really serious about knowing what's going on. Policy, elections, they matter, right? Who is your councilman? Who is your commissioner? Who is your superintendent? Who are those people? Are you going for your council meetings? All of those things. That's something we typically avoid those conversations. We just want to make our money and send money home. We want to shift that culture and that tradition. And we're starting that. We have elected officials that will be joining us. We have legal experts that will be joining us. We are partnering with different organizations, activists, all of that. So please sign up for the event. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be very informative. There'll be opportunity to ask questions. We are working to have a playbook that everybody will leave with, that they can at least know how to get started. You have a guide to help you get involved. If you have dreams of even getting into politics, you have some information around that as well. So please sign up. The links are all in the chat, and we've been spreading everywhere. So please, those are the things we ask you to do. And with that, I want to say thank you for spending some of your Saturday with us. We do this every week, 12 p.m. Every Saturday. We have our masterclass series. You don't know who is coming next week. I can tease that, but you have to show up to find out. I will be on the lookout for, the emails and the announcements and all of that. Inside of Circle, they've already been scheduled. You can see who's coming next. But till next week, Saturday, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. And let's have a productive rest of the day. Have a good one, everyone.